Yo, 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 yo. In here, man. I was about to watch this live. This ESO live. And I said, you know what? I could stream it. Because right now I can't play ESO from my account. So I have to get that figured out first and stuff. Oh, we here. What? Look at my combat, bro. I'm tripping. Alright. Yo, there, man. We got. Alright. Yes, we are. Alright, turn this up real quick. Alright. We're good. Let's get it.
Yes, thanks to some friends for letting us crash with them.
God
We
damn,
were
this is
able to get a couple dollars scraped together to get at least the plane tickets out. So we won't be at TwitchCon itself, but we will be in the area for the meetup. So come say hi. I'll have lots of free time.
I'm very excited for that one. Yeah, as Mrs.
matches, 8v8 matches.
I'm just keeping it a buck. I watched the first 24 minutes. I saw this big ass werewolf. I said, hell nah, I gotta watch this shit on stream. I said, oh hell no, they tripping, but we gonna see. I just don't. Okay, I get it. Okay, cool, but I just want to see the 4v4 PGs. They talking about the AVA with all this extra stuff. But if the 4v4 is actually, just 4v4, bro. If it's literally just 4v4, nothing extra, just 4v4, I'll be alright. As long as, you know what I'm saying? Because the 4v4 would kind of mix it up. If it's just 4v4, it'll be much more competitive because you don't got to worry about the third party jumping in. Of course, ESO is not a competitive game, but at least you can have some sort of, competition or fair competition. ESO is not really fair, but we'll see.
Abilities that should be familiar to those of you who have done dungeons. We have actually highly edited these abilities so they are more tuned to PvP and player versus player combat. But as I'm, slow hoofing it around, you can see how there's some power-ups. There's another Chaos Ball here that also transforms you to something else. But I'm going to die here because that's what happens when you're carrying the Chaos Ball. So in this case, you see the
I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. If I was playing a BG, I might pick it up. I'm not gonna lie to you. But do I like it? Not really, because I just don't see how. But just like in PvP, when I see the hammer, I pick it up and I just run away. People be like, "Who's this random with the hammer?" Or I pick it up and destroy some walls so I can get into a keep that when I'm by myself. But
standard issue respawn, you pop back up, and I'll go over here real quick. And it has the same old tech where if people decide to be cheeky and get the chaos balls into locations where you can't pick them up, they reset. But on the other chaos ball, you can turn into the vampire lord. So again, this takes a lot of cues from the actual vampire skill lines. You can actually teleport with the ball on you, and then you all have a heavy attack and light attack overrides as well. So this is just kind of like one example of how we're taking some of the old rule sets and trying to spice them up a touch. There's a lot of other tech we have, which is more focused around, well, rounds, for lack of a better way to word it. We know that in games like Street Fighter, Tekken, or even Counter-Strike and other, popular shooter, arena style games, they have this concept of rounds, and I died again. That's okay. That's one thing I always tell people too. If you're gonna hop into PvP, you're gonna die. That's the way
it's gonna happen, right? It's just part
that's
of the game.
Way
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if
But
you're
what
like
I'm
me,
gonna
you
do
die
here-
a lot.
I'm gonna hop to another battleground, which is sort of more woodsy based, and again, this kind of gets us territory that we're not normally doing with battlegrounds, where it's very overgrown. It's got this lush layout, looks really cool. But the other aspects about this round, the map, is that you still have the firewalls that exist to keep you locked in the pen. We did add some, for lack of a better way to word it, not necessarily spawn protection, but get you into the fight. So if you're in your spawn,
yeah,
longer than 2
bruh,
minutes,
I used to say this all the time. If they added, of course, I would much rather them add stuff to Imperial City, because that's my PvP. That's why I like PvP in that Imperial City, right? I like Imperial City probably the most, yeah, for sure. And then I'll say Cyrodiil and Battlegrounds. I like Cyrodiil if I have a duo partner. Not gonna lie, if I have a duo partner, Cyrodiil is golden. It's golden for me if I have a duo partner. I like solo Cyrodiil, but it's just so much harder. It's just so much harder. It's a little bit easier if I have a duo. I don't really have my duo, my homie not on PC, so I don't really have a duo like that. But Cyrodiil. But if I wanted them to add anything, Imperial City, man. Imperial City is the best form of PvP. I don't care what nobody say. To me, that's the best form of PvP. If they added something to get everybody in there again, to get even one bar, because I remember there used to be 1 bars when I first started playing on PC, like at night. Maybe even 2 bars of red, 1 bar yellow, 1 bar blue. But now it's just like no bars. It'd be prime time, no bars. I'd be like, damn, what happened? But Cyrodiil, every night, pop lock, Grey Host. Then Blackreach would have 1 bar of each at least. I don't know, man. And then if Imperial City, then you have like those werewolf groups that be in there, which get annoying. But it is what it is. But yeah. But like I was saying, I would much rather them add stuff to Imperial City. But if they're gonna add stuff to Battleground, they should add like on Overwatch you have bronze, platinum, gold, diamond, master, grandmaster, add stuff like that. And then then they get elo. Everybody get their MMR. The people play against people of their rank. They get better and better. I think people get better faster that way, instead of just getting beat up. Even though when I first started playing, I had like a little group of people I used to play with, and when I first started off, I was like one of the worst ones. And every time I duel, I lose. I'll duel them 100 times, I'll lose 100. Well, maybe 99 times, but I lose 100 times, right? to eventually. But most people, if they're just gonna give up. They're gonna be like, fuck this. But I really wanted to get better, so I said, you know what? I'm gonna put the time in because they've been playing way longer than me, so of course they're gonna be better than me. And then eventually I got to the point where okay, I learned how to heal. I learned how to do this. I learned how to, burst because you know how to heal and stuff, but you don't know you can't burst. You can't kill nobody. You can't line up your burst properly. So say this battlegrounds, if they have like a competitive, like a ranking system, like who this person is number 1 in battlegrounds, just so you have something to work towards. Because when you play battleground, right, you go in there just to PvP and to get your little XP for the day, right, and maybe you get 5 transmutation crystals if you're lucky, or 10 or 4. I think it's 4, then it can go to 4 to 25. Right, so I'm thinking it'll be much better. Put like a competitive system in there to make people work towards something. Cause bro, I'll probably stream way more battlegrounds if I could rank up. You feel me? I'm like, oh shit, nigga, I'm gonna get the diamond today. I'm gonna get a diamond on my DK. I'm gonna get a diamond on my warden. I'm gonna get the grandmaster on my warden, or you know what I'm saying? Instead of just ain't nothing else to do, so I'll get some BG. Because that's why most people BG, I think, because there's nothing else to do. There's no fights in Imperial City, and you ain't trying to run around cyrodiil all day. So you just said, I'm gonna hop in a BG. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's continue.
To actually get kicked into the gameplay space, so that way you don't have to worry about people just squatting in their base. We know that was sometimes some feedback. But for those of you who are keen-eyed, if you look in the upper right, you'll see that there's some new icons up there. So for games which have rounds, we also have lives for this. So similar to, Mario, where if you have a couple lives when you start, if you die, game's over. In the case of Battlegrounds, mainly on the competitive side of the 4v4s, we're going to have lives for you. You get but so many respawns, and then you're done. You don't get to compete.
Nah, bro. I don't think they should do that. I can already see it in my brain. People gonna be running like 50, 60k health. Just straight tank builds. With like, I think, just a straight oblivion damage or some BS cheese set till they can kill you. Why would you? Let's continue.
That round. And the Battlegrounds are for competitive, as you can see right there, best of 3. 3 rounds each. So if you win the first 2 rounds, Battlegrounds over, you go. Those rounds are each 5 minutes. This is all subject to change via playtesting and such. But yeah, this is one of the 8-on-8 maps that we...
Okay, now, if they say, we have a health cap, we have a resistance cap. I know there's already a resistance cap in the game, but like, soft cap. So even though I go 35k, say I go 35k resistances, right? If somebody has 15k pen, that only bring me down to 20. Feel me? I have to be a way higher resistance for that shit to actually matter, for the cap to actually matter. But if they hard cap it, say they hard cap it at 30,000 resistances, you can't get over that no matter what. Or they hard cap the health. Okay, you can't get over 36k health no matter what. But if they hard cap one thing, they're gonna have to hard cap everything pretty much. Maybe except for like damage or something like that. And hard cap pen, because if there's a capped resistances, I think you'd have to cap pen. Everybody would just over pen to where they just hit them hard as hell. I don't know. That's just me thinking off the brain though. I'll listen to you.
Allow rounds to occur, and you get 5 lives. When you do run out of lives, you're not just sitting there bored. You can actually spectate other members on your team, which is really cool. Yeah. Being able to allow you to not just sitting your spawn point and be like, okay, I'm waiting.
Yeah, just kind of twiddling your thumbs waiting. Now you can actually watch what the rest of your team is doing.
Yep. You can cheer them on. You can do, and you can see again power ups here as well in the ship.
I love the maps.
But they said they were gonna power up for
feel so
before.
incorporated into like regular overland. It feels like you're fighting in overland areas. I really
Yep.
enjoy that.
That's one of the things when talking to our lore masters. We have ideas for what we want maps to look like it, gameplay wise, geometrically and such. But when we start looking at themes and things along those lines, that's where trying to root it in the world happens. This is another power up, which is just an ultimate power up. When you click it, it just gives you like a 500 ultimate, I think. Just
What the fuck?
But with the power ups, if anybody remembers this,
Man, I be running I run what's that called? Battle Orcs? I run a Battle Orcs every time I'm on that map. I'm like, Warden? Shit, give me that. It's over with.
When you activate them, they actually activate in the area around the activation, and it's friend and foe. So you got to be real careful when you activate those things to make sure you're not giving don't want to give your enemies some bonuses. But again, in this case, you can see how the maps have a lot of variance to them, different layouts. And again, like we were talking there, it feels very lived in. It's got that cool vibe to it of, in this case, overgrown, like in the Westworld. So it's really, really cool. Outside of like lives and round gameplay, something else to bring up is that before anybody asks, is there a capture the relic in 4v4? That's another game mode that we actually excluded from the 4v4 gameplay. Because again, capture the relic in some of those maps, which are really, really tiny, that I actually will jump to one of those next, and to kind of show you the difference between an 8-on-8 map and a 4-on-4 map. So give me a minute to hop over this one.
Yeah. So I know one of the things that I know, we get asked a lot when we ask the community questions is, with in terms of like rewards and stuff. Are we looking at rewards here for, BGs? Are we refreshing those a little bit while we're thinking about these new modes as well?
Oh, indeed. It's fortuitous you should bring that up.
Funny.
What is this? When you attack his dodge, increase your weapon spell damage. Still not that much. I don't know. I wouldn't get that set.
So there are. I know that we have been trying to get the PvP update refreshes occurring on the odd updates. Obviously, we didn't have them for 43 because we knew that 44 was coming. So the rewards of the worthy sets that were going to be in 43 are in 44. We also have 3 new sets which are earned strictly from Battlegrounds as well. So there's 6 new PvP sets. This is just one of them that I have equipped, and here's another one that I have equipped.
That's fire. But it's still not worth it though. With the new meta of having a front bar set, back bar set, mythic, trainee, and monster set, I don't think you could ever beat that with, you know what I'm saying, with any 5-piece set bonus like that. I don't think there's no point of releasing sets like that anymore. With mythics now, I really don't see the point. That's a cool set to have, but maybe in a no proc cyrodiil, no proc, maybe that'd be good.
Equipped, so everybody can screenshot like crazy. You're gonna get these.
Is there even no proc? Is non-champion no proc? I think it might be. I think non-champion cyrodiil is no proc cyrodiil also. I'm not sure though. But I'm gonna have to hop in there.
These sets are gonna be on PTS, so when you're playing, just try them out. And what we wanted to deliver with this update was something for the people who really like to do BGs. The rewards were refreshed for that. The leaderboards also have gotten an adjustment where there's just one leaderboard now. We knew that we did have, you know, flag games, land grab, deathmatch. Now it's just one. It's just called competitive. And the only way you get rewards for that is queuing into the 4-on-4. So for everybody that likes to just, you know, take their time, have fun, 8-on-8, you'll get rewarded over the course of, you know, your play sessions. But for those who want to get those rewards sooner, as well as some more rare ones, that's how you do. You get those via 4-on-4, via the leaderboard, which is a weekly leaderboard based off your medals that you earn. So similar to the ones we have, but again, it's just one leaderboard this time to make it like ultra competitive. Because again, we heard from feedback, you know, we wanted, you know, something more competitive. And there's the get out teleport that just happened. But you can see how this map, this is a 4-on-4. There are, I won't lie, a couple 8-on-8 matches that we did stick in here as well for people, just so they could have some exposure to these smaller maps. But you can see how it's very focused, very direct, and it has, you know, a single capture point in the middle. So we still have the modes before, like domination, crazy king. This would be technically king of the hill because it's just one point that stays here the whole time. But in our playtest, we have, you know, teams that come up and are battling across this bridge, and, you know, for giggles, we also added slaughterfish down here. So if you do drop into the water, you can get murdered up.
You shouldn't drop into the water.
Don't drop
I've
into
died
the
to
water.
many slaughterfish in my day.
And right now you're getting an idea of like, hey, spectator cam, what would it look like? This is kind of what it would look like if I had somebody else to follow, but I don't. So I'm going to cheat and res. Right in the slaughterfish again. Good job. But you can kind of get an idea here of the difference in the map sizes. We have one other that I can show real quick as well for sizing comparisons for everybody. To give you that idea of how much smaller the 4-on-4s are, because they really are intended to be, you know, arena fights where you get in and it's just there's nowhere to go.
A little more intense, yeah.
Right, yeah. And that's part of that feedback that we got, that some people want that intense, ultra competitive vibe, and that's what the 4-on-4 does provide. But the rounds aspect of that too does give you a bit of a respite in between. So like, you know, let's say you lose round 1, you got your in between rounds, we can go, okay, let's give it a minute, let's maybe rethink our strategy, and then the firewalls drop and you go again. That is also some of the feedback that we got, where we know that 15 minutes of go that currently exists with the battlegrounds can be exhausting, you know, mentally as well as, you know, your hands. You're doing a lot of work. But this battleground is going to spin up here, and
this man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. This is I'm gonna get tired of doing this all day. Be for real, bro. Come on.
I'll show you some of the unique features of this map as well. That's something we tried to focus a lot on too, where each map had some, at least in the 4v4, some hazards or uniqueness to them that's not just, you know, line of sight breakers and things like that, which is important. But all these maps have undergone loads and loads of playtests. And here's another case where normally in a domination match there's 3 things to capture. In this one there's just 2. And they're also right on the edge of a death drop. Yes, you will die if you get booped off of that.
You're gonna dodge roll right off that.
Spending my bag.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna spend my matches on that side of the map. I can imagine.
But you can see also in this case there's no lives marker in this one, so this is just straight up 4v4 2-point capture. So there's no need to worry about, oh my god, we're gonna run out of lives and be screwed. Lives and rounds are all things that we can turn on and turn off on individual battlegrounds, so we got a ton of flexibility to make a lot of different game modes, which is really, really cool. In the 8-on-8 matches, we have 5 capture locations to get in 2 of the maps. 2 of the other ones just have 3, so there's a big variety of. Oh, there's also something over here that a lot of people are going to recognize. You can purge this though.
Oh,
You can
okay.
purge those.
Well, as a
You're
Templar,
like-
I feel a little better, but those are my mortal enemy.
Those are your
Okay.
death, right? No doubt.
I don't even know what the hell that is.
Hey Wheeler, I
Um,
saw this popping up in chat a few times. People asking if it's
Sure.
going to be CP or no CP. Or...
It's still going to be no CP, and there will be queues for the 10 to 49, which is only going to be the 8 on 8s. When you hit 50, then you get access to the 4 on 4 competitive. That also is no CP, but item sets are allowed across the board. This lines up with what we just recently did, where we had the no CP campaigns allow item sets to proc. So we're trying to make that friction between moving between the different battleground modes a little bit easier.
Oh, okay. So now they have. Damn, bro. I'm not gonna lie though. No proc. You got to see what classes really were missing something when you hit no proc. Really got to see what classes overperformed, like from the core class without anything else. You got to see, okay, this class is fucking broken. This class sucks. Like Mag Blade was booty cheeks. Booty cheeks. DK was like good. I think Necro was booty cheeks. Stamden was alright. Stamblade was over. Stamblade was going crazy, but this is years ago, so obviously they do it now. It might be a little different. Yeah, because they just did too much. Yo, Stamblade was crazy and no proc. I think there's another class that was really good. Stam Circle was okay, was good. I'm not sure though. I don't really remember, but I know DK was good. I know Stamblade was really good, and I know that I think Magblade was underperforming. I think Necro was underperforming, and I think Arcanist wasn't even out yet. And I think what was the other class? I think Templar was underperforming. Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure, but yeah, let's continue.
And since all the battlegrounds themselves, some of Imperial City was sort of like this weird in between state where only like procs were allowed in some but not in the others. So we were like, no, just bulldoze that, make it so that procs are allowed but no CP. That being said, we could always explore the possibility of allowing CP in battlegrounds. So we have a lot of flexibility with the system across the board for the 8v8s as well as the 4v4 rule sets or any sort of allowances or restrictions we want to do, which is very refreshing.
Great.
It's really exciting. I'm loving it.
Now I know you talked about how there's 6 of the new PvP item sets. There's also 4 new outfit styles, which look really cool, and a new adornment that folks can get through here.
And a lot of that, again, we're trying to focus on the leaderboard being your primary point of acquisition for a lot of the new stuff. Again, you can do the 8 on 8 matches and take your time slowly acquiring things. But again, if you want to get them first, both of the rewards from 4v4 as well as the leaderboards have higher chances of getting the new stuff, which is what we're trying to go into that mode where we've revisited how itemization, how the flow of that works to reinforce what we want to reinforce. In this case, the competitive side, giving them access to the new shinies first. Yep. Again, you can still earn them in the 8 on 8s. It's just gonna be at a slower rate.
Now, how about MMR for this? I know,
yes.
My biggest fear is always, getting matched up with people.
Please tell me he's gonna give ranks if it's competitive, but you gotta give some sort of rank, bro. Like, come on. Let's see.
We're just, far better than me, and I don't feel like I have a chance. But is there any way we're leveling the playing ground at all there and helping players out?
Yep.
Leveling the playground.
With competitive, that will be mainly where MMR comes into play the most. We're going to be, obviously with two-sided, there's some things we had to address with like quitters, leavers, joining in progress, anything along those lines. If you join a match that's in progress in the competitive territory, your MMR isn't going to get boosted or hit depending upon if you won or lost. If you're on a team where you had to have people join in because people quit, your team's not going to get as penalized. So we're hyper aware of MMR movement in two-sided and in a competitive environment on how to have that be addressed. With 8-on-8, there's no MMR taken into account for that because it's more.
Okay, that map looks hard. I used to go there in Imperial City. I used to be like, damn, bro, this would be a very cool map to just fight it out and look at it. Look at this now. But I really wish he said we're gonna have actual ranks. Okay.
You know, Bedlam. It's just like like kind of like Cyrodiil, just in a mini version of it, where you're gonna get a mishmash of everything out there. So MMR isn't taken into account for that. That being said, for MMR, we're also looking at a more aggressive degrading of your MMR if you go inactive. It's a very long tail right now for how MMR slowly fades off. We're going a bit more aggressive with 44, and it's going to be on like a 7-day period where if you are a competitive player, you keep playing, and that 7 days can either line up with your leaderboard push or not. It's one of those things that we're going to be paying attention to as well pretty heavily, especially considering right now MMR is pretty far banned across the player base. But we're also looking at doing a monthly reset for MMR across the board too, where similar to all of our monthly resets, MMRs are going to get wiped back down to base, which your MMR is based off of like a highest ABA rank, as well as just a base number, and then it goes up and down from there. So this gives everybody a chance to go for a leaderboard push. And that's kind of nice because right now some of the feedback that we've received is I have no shot. Like if people get way ahead of me, I got no shot. So the weekly leaderboard resets, as well as the faster MMR degrade, as well as the reset for MMR, is trying to give everybody a chance.
Hey, Wheeler.
So with the leaderboard, I guess we'll have like a top, 100 at least, or top 50. Okay, and I guess that'll suffice. But I'm pretty sure if they made like actual ranks, niggas would stop playing other shit and just be like, I want to get to gold, I want to get to platinum, I want to get to diamond, but because they don't want to do that. It's cool. Not cool. Hell no, it's not cool, but it is what it is.
Would you mind, just for the folks in chat, I see a lot of people who are like, what the heck is MMR? What is he talking about? Like, what's the Cliff's Notes version here?
Yeah, so MMR is matchmaking rating. So it's basically what we use to match you up, sort of like how Mrs. Tales was talking about, that we have a number or a ranking associated with every character, and then you get matched up preferentially against people with a similar rating. Sometimes, obviously in those late night hours when there's not as many people in queue, you may have some of those broader differences between each other, but we use that to try and get people matched competitively as best as we can.
Now, one
you're
thing
actually going to be able to see that too.
Oh yeah, you can go ahead and show.
Yeah, your ratings are going to be listed there. And by the way, this says.
Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. I'm satisfied. Yeah, that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted was him to say you can see your rating. Okay, now I'm actually going to be like, I'm finna get number 1. Which I don't want to make it seem like I'm obviously not the best player on ESO, but if you just keep playing, of course you'll get number 1. If you're good enough. And thank you is no chaos ball. Crazy King domination deathmatch. I'm cool with Crazy King. I don't really like because of the moving around of the points. But shit, they made battlegrounds better. I can already tell they made it better. As long as there's none of those pirate bullshits in 4v4. I like it already. I like it more than the other thing. I'm not hopping in no 8v8 unless like I have 8 people that are like, they want to try out PvP with me. They're not really PvP. That's shit. I go try that and turn into a big ass werewolf. But I'm actually cool with this. I'm cool with this. Now, what year did they say? Is it 7 years of work they did? No. Are we gonna get the time back? Hell no. Are they gonna do anything for Cyrodiil or IC? IC probably not. Let's keep it a buck. IC, I think that's just long forgotten. Cyrodiil, they might add something. He might add something to Cyrodiil though. So y'all Cyrodiil people, look out. But I think my IC is done for, bro. I think it's done for. But we'll see though. Maybe with this battleground, get more people in the PvP. It'll start trickling down to the Cyrodiil and IC. But we'll see.
And 88 standard. That's going to be listed.
Now, one other thing I wanted to make sure that we touch on, we have a new benefit for those who have ESO Plus membership. We're going to be giving an increase to Alliance points, AP, and Telvar that you can earn if you have an active membership, which is pretty cool. I think it's like a 10% increase, right?
Yep, 10%, and that is actually shown in your advanced stat page too, which I got showing up on the screen.
Bruh, give me some more transmute stones. Fuck all of that. I want transmute stones for getting ESO Plus.
One of those nice little bonuses as well.
Yeah.
There is one thing I keep seeing in chat a lot of questions on, and maybe we just want to touch on it briefly again, is the 3v3v3 fate.
Mm-hmm.
People are asking if they're going away completely forever.
No, not forever.
Not completely forever.
They'll be back. They'll be back.
Yeah.
Initially, again, for 44, we're going to be focused primarily on two-sided battlegrounds. We want that to be the focus for 44, but they're not like deleted from our servers or hard drives or anything like that. We can turn them on. It's not something we can do just like, snap our fingers and they're ready. So it would take, a little bit.
Okay, now why is there big ass obstacles in the damn battleground? I thought you're supposed to be competitive. Yeah. You ever play Smash Brothers and somebody turn on the items? You're like, bro, what you doing? Oh shit, what's up, Jiggy? What's up, Jiggy? But yeah, I don't know why they got all that. I see we'll have pop next update. Think so? Nah, bro, ain't no way. Maybe unless they're adding something that I don't know. They gonna have pop? Nah, I don't think so. Maybe one bar. Maybe one bar each. But I haven't seen that in I obviously haven't been playing. So. But since the last time I played, that's when I seen it. Icy have one, I think it had one bar red or some shit. Icy will have pop next. I don't know, bro. That's very, I don't think so. Maybe. Hopefully. Because I love Icy.
Bit of an update for us to just turn them back on. But, we're going to be paying attention, seeing how feedback goes. By all means, we're going to have...
Oh, there are adding stuff? Oh, okay.
PTS, but, we'll be looking for feedback about two-sided.
What they added and shit?
Look at that. My team is nearing victory, even though it's just by myself. But yeah. And I guess in terms of those holidays, too, during 44, during our cycle here, the holidays that do pop up are going...
You can group up into 4v4, right?
Holidays.
That might have to get a group for that. Okay.
It's two-sided domination weekend.
All right.
Yep.
And now, if you don't mind me asking, just before we send you off here,
who the hell is...
There's, kind of two groups of players that, we...
Hey, it's funny? I don't mean to hate on this girl or nothing like that, but it's just funny how every time I see an ESO stream team member, bro, I ain't never heard of them in my life. Them boys... Maybe one or two stuff to farm, I think. Okay. All right, then yeah, we good then. Cause I remember when they added the monster sets and stuff, IC was packed for a good little minute. For a good month, IC was packed when they added those monster sets, which was cool. But then the monster sets wasn't really that good. People just was getting them to get them. Even though I run, I think one or two of them, the Immolated Char and the Zold, I run, I think on a couple builds, but. Yeah, that's cool then. If they added more sets, then that's something. They should do that every patch. Low-key, if they do that every patch, add one set, then I think that'll keep good flow.
Come across as, content creators. And so for my new and returning players, coming in to try PvP or return to PvP, why should they jump into these? What's different? What's a reason to try this again or try it for the first time?
So I'm back in an 8-on-8 map because that's one of the important things that we feel that helps out.
What the fuck?
Cheating, I know.
I'm not gonna lie though, the 8 and 8 shit, they wasting their time with that. Ain't nobody care about that, bro. Nobody cares about no 8 and 8. You turn into a big ass werewolf. But you know they gonna do what they do just to get that. Cause I think ESO is for the they make it for the casual person, and they see that I could turn into a big ass werewolf, so they hop on to do that. But to be honest, in my opinion, there's no longevity in that shit. Into just focusing on people who just come and go. But it is what it is. The game been like that for years now, so.
Sort of like how we talked about before, there's less direct pressure on your individual actions. So when you're in an 8-on-8 match, you can kind of hide in the back. You don't need to be the blitzer that runs up and kills people. You can get the lay of the land and take it a little bit slower. Whereas in 4-on-4, which is the current 3-sided, your actions are really magnified. Like if you miss a heal and somebody dies, like you're in trouble. So in 8-on-8, it gives you a better opportunity to get used to it, dip your toes into it. The other thing about 2 teams versus 3 is that's also a little bit easier for people to get their head around. Like 3-sided, besides cyrodiil and a couple other games out there, isn't widely used. It's either 2 teams or pretty much free for all. Or if you're making custom games and various shooters, you can have different subdivisions of teams. So 2-sided is also something that helps a lot of people just sort of grok it and get into it easier. But also, what we were talking about with those rewards, we're trying to have rewards that are earnable via doing 8-on-8s or 4-on-4s. Obviously, they're going to be pulling from the same pool, but a higher chance in 4-on-4. But you can still get that new gear that actually helps you in PvP. Like the gear that we're having, displayed here, as well as what's going to be on PTS. You can tell it's much more focused.
I gotta go. Actually, I gotta go look at the patch notes. The patch notes for update 44. I never looked at the patch notes for that yet. I do it after this, to be honest. Matter of fact, or find that shit.
Especially when you're dealing with crowd control. These are things that we try to focus our PvP sets on. So battlegrounds are a good way to hop in there and get those PvP rewards to get your feet wet and get going. But the other aspect of it that makes 2-sided nice is the power-ups. The fact that you have some things that give you a lot of damage or a lot of speed or mitigation, or even the werewolf and vampire variants. So we're trying to explore ways that make you change up how you play while you're actually in the battleground, which we hope will give people a lot more opportunity and desire to get into PvP versus I don't want to do that. I'm scared of it. So
yeah,
I mean, cool.
Absolutely.
I do want to just kind of acknowledge also. I see chat asking about cyrodiil. We are talking about battlegrounds right now. This is what is coming in update 44. But I do just want to acknowledge, like we see you talking about cyrodiil. We know you're super anxious to get some updates on cyrodiil. But the focus, at least for right now on this stream, is the 2-sided battlegrounds, and then of course we're going to talk about some other stuff that's coming to 44, like the new companions and some of this other stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Then just one final question sure. Is obviously we love our new returning players, but we have a lot of really great PvPers in the current community that have been waiting very, very long time for this, and like I said, watching chat, I see some people are super excited. Some people are a little worried about some aspects. How should our current PvP players be looking at that from that side of things?
Yeah, this gets back to the 4-on-4 side, where it's for those people who are like the diehard PvPers who love the frenetic pace, or really like showing that they're good masters of small four-person teams. Sorry, I had a hiccup. This gives you those opportunities in extremely tight locations to show how much of a badass you are, for lack of a better way to word it. You can see that in those smaller maps, there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. You can see pretty much them the whole time when they're at their spawn point. So you kind of are like, it's almost like that mental chess game of like, all right, who's going first? But we do ever get out of the spawn point. But again, like the single leaderboard is something to really push that competitive drive in people. Before we had 3 leaderboards, and you can kind of specialize for being
intelligence.
All right, so Carrie is going to help show off some other things that are coming in update 44. Of course, the companions right after that. Carrie, before we get started, fish waters, right?
I don't
It's
give a
just
fuck about none of that.
We're doing well.
We're gonna have to do like we'll do on stream today, talking through what's coming to Battleground.
All right, we're done with that. Get this shit off my property. Time for this shit. Hey, yo, Juggy, if you still here, you played the Throne on Liberty? Oh, he's gone. He might be gone. But hey, let me know if you played it. Okay. Alright, let's read these patch notes right quick. Okay, two-sided battlegrounds, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't care about this. I'm not gonna lie though, I wish they kept the original starter quest. That shit was cool as hell. I don't know why they keep changing it every update, adding a new one. I feel like they should just kept the OG one, but continue. Battlegrounds, okay. I'm happy that KS Ball is gone from 4v4 though. I'm happy as hell for that. I really don't care for this stuff. I really only care for the combat updates, that updates and shit like that. I can see the Brentons. We're still on that shit? Oh, okay, never mind. There we go, boom. Federalize. This morph now heals up to 4 nearby allies every 3 seconds rather than healing 1 nearby ally every 5 seconds. What the fuck? And reduce the healing tick by 33%. Okay, so instead of like a 4k heal, you get like a 28k heal. That's not good. But that's every 3 seconds though. Ooh, that's a big ass cost increase though. Nah, I don't think they should have did this. This is not. No way. That's too much healing to too many people, bro. Healing too much people, bro. Heal yourself and 3 other people, bro. I think that means that 4. So it only heals up to 4 people, or maybe 5, including you. I don't know. But I don't think they should have did this. They should have maybe 2 or 3 people or 4 people. That's too many fucking people you're healing. So you telling me 3D? Nah, bro. That's nah. Hell no. That's not good. I guess it's better for if you're in a group, you know. But I wouldn't have did this. Maybe you can nerf quarterize a little bit. It is a lot of healing, but nah, bro. Because this is really a buff, to be honest. Especially for big groups. Especially for big groups. Because they can have 3 fucking Dragon Knights run this healing 12 people. Like, what the fuck? But hey, look, we'll see. Also taunt the enemy. Which enemy is it? I think it's okay. So they charge the little charge it to a taunt. Major protection against pick us up from 10 to match the taunt duration. Management. Okay. Common charges more. Ranks up and cause reduction rather than. base duration increase. Okay. I'll apply minor main. For 10 seconds. For enemy hit up to 10%. Oh shit! I remember people they used to run around with this. I haven't seen one of these. That's a big ass ability. 45, 90. That's still a lot of cost regardless. Knowledge. Ethics. Ranks up. Damage shield size by 1 point. Rather than increasing. Okay. That's one. Oh. Running talents and essence free. Rather than the standard dot. Fix everyone. Okay. Okay, makes sense. Why are they changing Shadow? Bro, I swear, bro, what's the point is that they should have this down by now. This is like Nightblade's thing. Shadow Cloak. This ability and Shadow Disguise Morph are now toggled abilities rather than duration based ones. While active, the ability will drain 3240 magical base cost every 2 seconds and disable your magical recovery until disabled or removed, rather than costing 4590 base magical cost. In addition, these abilities will now grant born from Shadow for 10 seconds activated, and again when it ends, increase your damage done against monsters by 10%. Yeah, I don't think that was good. I don't think that's a good change. But I hate when they go on stealth anyway, so fuck it. Still scaling off disability. Harden ward more to generated ward more. Max out to automatic. Down from 15. Okay. 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 About none of that. What? Wait, fix the issue where the using a heavy attack while this ultimate or its morph active could become stuck with cast. Okay. Not really. Ward on what you did. Okay. Yes. Grave Gasp. I never played Necromancer, so I don't really know much about this class. Deals false damage rather than magic damage. This move longer applies minor main money shit now applied to effects instead of the original crowd control oriented effects. First area now guarantees the chill status effect with minor main instead of snaring enemy. Second status effect. Area now generate enemy will hit rather than stunning. I don't know. I don't really use stuff. Dennis. After the 1 second window by 56. Healing granted by this month by 50 and increase the armor granted to 30. Rank 1300 at rank 4 open. 1000 increase duration of the armor. After the armor. I am a noob at scribing, so this shit is new to me. Grimoire. Where scribes and mirrors. Study under these. Buff to buff your group. Okay. I gotta get right. I gotta go do this shit. This shit's probably really good. I gotta go get and see what's going on over there. Okay, let's see what these new sets are. Weapon damage, magical weapon damage. Package are increase your weapon 5% a second. Attack up to 5 times. That can occur once every 0.5 seconds. Not really. Not magical. Stamina, weapon damage. Whenever you are dealt damage. Remember the time. Actual damage. Effect skills off. Fire of your weapon. 8%. Master. Oh, you already know this says about to be some booty cheeks. Siege Master's Focus. Stamina, health, armor. While you're using a non-ran siege weapon, you are immune to knockback and disabling effects. You reduce your damage taken by 33%, and you can not see enemies through walls. What the fuck? See enemies through walls. What? 33% damage taken. Immune to knockback and disabling effects. All walk of done. On. Because 129 weapon and spell damage when an enemy blocks one of your attacks. Reduce the amount of damage they can block by 8% for 5 seconds. Hold up. Is my shit backwards? No, I'm good. The amount of damage they can block by 5 times. 35%. I don't really see that. It is good. Armor, stamina, crit chance. When you deal direct damage with a blink, charge, leap, teleport, or pull ability, increase the critical resistance of your enemy by 40%. Increase your critical resistance by equal amount for 10 seconds. Horrible 1vx set. Great XP1 set. Marvelous XP1 set. That's oil. Maximum stamina, maximum health, maximum stamina. While you have crowd control immunity, you are immune to snares and mobilizations. Yeah, that's cool, but not worth. It's not worth the 5-piece set in my opinion. When you can just we could have something like what's it called? What's that? Evasion or something like evasion is called? Forgot that medium armor set. Not medium armor. That medium armor skill. Elude. What's that shit called? A shuffle. Have shuffle. Have forward momentum. Like, who cares? Beginning of ability. This set now checks for permanent pets, other than any pet. Similar. For summer passive for the same reason. Firebrand. Face an issue with a check and critically strike despite having built-in damage modifier. Reduce the damage of this damage over time effect by 80%. Damage at the area effect by 5%. Fixed you with a damage over time effect had a higher chance to apply burning than flashing visual effects. this set. This Dragon's Appetite is now set stacks only for 5 seconds rather than permanently, resulting in having increasing issue. Bard for some dungeon sets. Part 1 standard. Increasing issue is used with direct damage abilities. God's armor. Increase in duration of major evasion. That's from 4 seconds up from 1 second. Tarnished Nightmare. This set now has a 1.3 second delay before it deals damage in order to allow for more warning and potential kind of delay. Okay. Stormfist. Fixing issue with a set final damage hit with adding damage based on item level in addition. Scaling with percentage of your weapons. An issue where the set could expected to become stuck if the wearer was found so blocking. Resets. But the set failed to activate when hit. That's very unclear. ESO Plus now receives 10% all alliance point sources. Thanks. Okay. I gotta go level up my scribing. Access to my account right now. Fuck. Alright, y'all boys. That was a stream, man, so I'm gonna get up out of here. I got some stuff I gotta deal with.